the legendary Adrian Brent, who played the ocarina in the, you know, that famous tune, The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. He actually came and did the ocarina on 9 Million Bicycles. Again, it was to add just a bit of flavour, and he just seemed like a really lovely guy and had all these instruments, all these different flutes and all these various different woodwind instruments. And he'd sort of bring out one and play on it, and we'd be like, no, not that one. And then he'd bring out something else, and it was just interesting to work with him and you know, see him add something to the track. We're just in London at the moment on Portman Square, and we're doing the photo shoot for the second album. Hopefully, we'll get the album cover today. We've got a really lovely photographer called Simon Fowler taking the pictures, and sort of basically trying to make it not too much like a pose shot. You know, we're trying to get him to do things where it's quite natural and I guess, you know, representative of the music.
Hey, you can't deny, boy, you're such a shy boy. So good looking you seem to be, but you're too tongue-tied to say hi to me. You can make it happen so easily. Whoa, I'll tell you why, boy, 'cause I'm looking for a shy boy. Most guys advertise by making eyes and telling lies. If you only knew, you could make your dreams come true. All you gotta do is ask me to. If this was a quiz on a TV show, and the prize was a guy who would love me so, whatever they ask, the answer I know. Hey.
I'm extremely excited about this album coming out. Yeah, it's so good to have new material, and I'm more excited actually about going on the road and playing the new stuff. We're at Black Island Studios, where we're filming the video to the first single from the second album called 9 Million Bicycles. Kevin Godley, who's a director, he came up with this great concept of basically I'm sort of sliding and slithering through different environments. I start off in a garden and I go through various different sort of surreal backgrounds, and then I end up back in the garden. It's probably one of the biggest productions we've done so far, and it's really exciting. But it's not actually that strange because I'm just lying down on the ground and being pulled, so it's quite relaxing.
There are 9 million bicycles in Beijing. That's a fact. It's a thing we can't deny. Like the fact that I will love you till I die.
What I'm attempting to do today is, probably like most videos attempt to do, but many fail, is to capture the mood of the music, which I think is the most important thing. And I'm trying to do it in a semi-abstract, not literal way. Because what I heard when I heard the track was a speed, was a sense of movement that I want to capture. That's what I want to get. We looked at many ways of providing the viewer with this sense of movement, and what we've come up with, if you like, if you look at the whole thing from above, it looks a little bit like a snakes and ladders game. And the camera throughout will be on a crane looking directly down on her for the most part, but occasionally, hopefully if it works out, we'll be able to jib up, turn and look over a wall and see in the distance a sense of the Himalayas or a sense of Arizona or a sense of New York, and hopefully at the end perhaps just a glimpse of Beijing itself.
going for something that represents the feeling of the song rather than expresses directly what the lyrics are about.
I'd like to introduce you to Ian Foster. This is the first time we've actually worked together. You're known as Captain Cataract in the business, I believe. For any particular reason, I wonder?
No, Governor. Well, I'm operating the head, so when you look at the crane, you'll see a remote head, and down the end of a wire, I go back and I'm on the handles, and the only other thing I have to do is shout at my men. They have to push the dolly along and keep pace, and we jib up on the crane, and we come down, and we zoom in, and we rotate. And then we find the blue screens, so it's quite tricky moves. Well, if you look around, you can see all these lights that are in here. We've had to place them to light. We had to work out a way of how we're going to light her with a crane above her. And as you can see from the lights, everything moves, everything travels. And it was the most economical, but the nicest way we could find to make her look great. But as I say, it's very easy. She does look great.
Actually, sorry to interrupt. Anything else would mean that we had to light the entire studio.
Yeah.
Whereas we've actually got a basic light that travels with us that we can kind of modulate as we go.
It's quite exciting because we're about halfway through the day and I'm about to go into be dragged through sand, which is going to get quite messy. We basically use an almost sleigh type rig, and I just lie on it, and there's a wire that is being pulled on.
We're high on a wire with the world in our sight, and I'm never tired of the love that you give me every night. There are 9 million bicycles in Beijing, that's a fact. It's a thing we can't deny, like the fact that I will love you till I die.